There are a number of areas that you have access to in defining both the statistic that you are looking to create, along with the various geographic locations that you may have interest in. Primarily, if you are setting up a report for a certain market area, when you click on this banner at the top of the page, you can start out choosing any county, city, zip code, and then some user-defined market areas if you're trying to drill down a little deeper than the generic geographic areas that you may have clients that you're working with are interested in. This will allow you to define directly by drawing map boundaries around either a subdivision or a area that your clients may be primarily interested in. So starting off, if you select all, that is a link that is going to produce a report for the entire Ntreis area. So again, when it reads entire MLS, it's going to produce a Ntreis-wide compilation of those statistics. If you click next to it to add an area, you can choose, again, going down to the county area, and you can either just start typing the county that you are interested in, where you be able to select it. And then again, if you continue adding, you can go to a either specific city location, and that will give you the statistics that you are interested in generating for Prosper. Again, each one of those geographies is going to be indicated directly on the graph and allow you to, again, we'll get into that in a little bit, the various time frames and the type of statistic that you're wanting to include in that graph. The limit to the number of geographies that you are going to look at or be able to review is limited to 4. Again, on the last area that you may want to select for your report, you can choose down at the zip code level, and I believe Prosper is 75078. Hopefully that will provide enough of a distribution of the various geographies that your clients are interested in, or you as you're doing research of the market. So once you have those geographies defined, you'll be able to then look at the actual various price range, beds, bedrooms, the construction if you're interested in new construction or only resale, and then the various square footage breakdowns and the year built distributions of that market data in the geographies you've selected. You have the ability to manage all of that information directly through these drop downs. So if you just go across the board, and again, primarily in single family residential, we are concerned mainly with single family detached townhomes and condos. Total market, again, if you really want to select all of those and get a distribution of the activity within all of those, you want to use all. And again, I'm just going to select all for the total market that's out there. And as you can see, calling the various graph lines that are generated for that market area and selection of all of those criteria is being shown to you. Medium sales price, The various statistics that you may be interested in are going to be shown across the bottom of the page. So you have sales price stats, original list price stats, price per square foot, days on market, the ratio or percent of the median or average sales price to the original list price, a review of the month's supply of inventory that for that geographic area that you selected, the number of homes for sale in that area, number of new listings over that time period, number of pending sales that are related to that market area, closed sales, and then in addition to that, a recent addition, Market Trends is a product of Showing Time, so they also include basically statistics related to the number of showings to get to the pending status, and then just the total number of showings per listing that they are generated through Showing Time and the agents that utilize Showing Time as an appointment service. So a good number of, again, these are statistics that are basically the same statistics that had been generated and shown. While it may not be unique, it's that instead of waiting for the pulse reports to be generated and posted out onto the CCAR website, at any time you want to review or generate these statistics, you have the ability to go in and update or get a snapshot of that information that you can utilize either yourself for a client, or if you're trying to address within a listing presentation or posting this information directly on your website. There are great marketing tools that allow you to generate that market data in a timely fashion and provide those updates on whatever schedule you choose to utilize, if it's information for your marketing or on demand if you have a particular client that is asking for that information in making decisions about their, whether it's listing or a purchase decision they're trying to make. The other parts of the trends reports that you have full control over are basically the types of charts and graphs that you have access to, either line or bar graphs. Will give you that information for those various geographies and statistics that you're interested in. The time frame that you are working with, as you see if you select a bar graph to present, the limit or the furthest that data is generated is for 3 years. But if you change over to a line graph, you basically have time periods that are 1, 3, 5, 10, and the max is a indication that the system is looking at all of the data that Ntreis has available to generate that statistic. The vast majority of those are going back, on a monthly or annual basis. For, again, since we're on showings, I believe Showing Time has, again, only added those appointments and those showings back to 2018 is what it's showing. But if we shift over to one of the other statistics, you will have the ability to, again, this goes all the way back to 2003 is the activity for this particular market area that you're looking at. The other part of in generating your graphs, as you can see, it gets pretty fuzzy. The more data you try to show and portray within that graph or that chart, you want to make sure that it's not confusing to your clients and has a little more meaning for them. So again, whether it's going just to a 1 year time frame, and again being able to go up and down the line or the graph to get to the individual monthly statistics. Again, this is your total time frame under this drop down. And then if you go to either monthly, rolling 3, rolling 6, or a rolling 12 months, this is talking about the actual data points that represents. So again, as you can see, the detail regarding monthly, the data points is for a 1 month time period of activity. The rolling 3, 6, and 12 months are basically, again, anytime you see that word rolling, it's talking about the number of 3 months time frames that it's using to make that comparison. So again, for the month of February, you're basically talking December, January, and February numbers for that geographic area. In January, that would be November, December, and January. So it's again a grouping of those 3 monthly time periods in portrayal of that data. Normally, those rolling time periods tend to smooth out the outliers that may be skewing the medians or the averages for that market area. There are a number of tools also that Market Trends provide you. Some of the most used parts of that, the share button. So once you have defined and developed the graphs and the charts that you are wanting to present, Market Trends provide you the ability to share those graphs, either the options that you have available. You can either produce a link or share static activity, or if you're posting this data to a website or a location that you would prefer that data is presented real time, you can select live. And then the various formats, you can produce actual PDFs of the data. If you're making posts out through social media or within email, it will provide you those links. If you are using the stats that are generated for a particular market area and posting those on your website, you can actually embed those, and it will give you either an iframe or a image that you can post onto your website, and then it lets you control the size of that post that you are going to create. The other option, if you are just looking to grab the data that makes up that activity for the chart, you can select the CSV and then take that into Excel if you are trying to, again, drill down deeper within that market area to, again, find the exceptions or the items that are generating the activity within that particular statistic. It's a great tool if you're trying to either do client newsletters, again, on your website or social media. The other part of that is it can save you a lot of time and effort. If you are generating particular statistics over and over for a particular market area, you may want to look at setting up those graphs and those charts to allow you to keep those posted in live or in real time. Again, instead of a snapshot static look at either month end or a particular time period that you are working with for your clients. One of the other useful tools, this area where it's using the filters, if you select and click on that filter, it's basically going to lock in the filters that you have selected across the page for either price points or, again, the property types, any of these areas, and allow that to, again, lock those in as you go across the various. As you change statistics, you're going to see that these don't change across the top, and it saves you a lot of time if you are, again, producing statistics for that geographic area and going from median to average under whatever statistic you are attempting to produce. Again, the graphs also detail for you. This is basically what they call a quick facts. So for the month of February, it gives you that breakdown of the actual dollar amount and then a percentage change for the geographies you've selected. The graphs will always show by color reference what the lines are representing. Collin County in red, and then the green is just the city of Prosper. Normally, when you see a statistic that is not included, it's meaning that there is no data or very little data that can generate the statistic for the particular geography that you're interested in. Again, hopefully this will be a easy transition in developing the reports and the data that you are interested in. If you have questions or concerns, again, there's some additional resources directly available here within. If you click on the user manual and FAQs, it's going to give you a breakdown of all of, again, an overview and then the various sections of trends that you can always refer back to. If, again, after playing with trends reports, if you still have questions, you can always contact the MLS department directly, and we will work with you in helping you develop those charts and graphs that you would like to use and present to your clients. And again, we can take any suggestions you may have in additional stats or other ways of generating that activity for your clients and putting to use yourself. If you need additional help, please do not hesitate contacting the MLS department at CCAR. That number is 972-618-3800. If you prefer us contacting you through email, you can send an email to mls@ccar.net, and we'll get back with you and help arrange a time frame that is available and works into your schedule and answering any questions you may have about Ntreis trends. Thank you very much and have a great day.